What's up, TIs? Here's my backdrop. A Golden Girls calendar. Oh, come on, Blanche. Age is just a state of mind. All of my gray crystals. Gray and white and silver, all colors. I have no idea which ones I have. I don't know which ones I have. Anyways, there's a lot of shit's happening lately. That Beyonce next door put her ass in my dream again. What the fuck? She thinks it's funny, of course. Well, I don't think it's funny. Well, just being the sneaky bitch that she is, I'm gonna talk to you about what she's doing. Because I already know. I have to get up in the middle of the night during this dream to rebuke her. So she put herself in my dream. And her son. She put her son in there too. What the fuck? So she put herself and her son in my dream. And I was on a bus. And I had grocery bags on me, right? So she tells her the girlfriend. Meanwhile, it was her because her son's girlfriend has brown hair. And she has blonde hair. So she put us in a situation where she made a girlfriend fight me. And then I took a swing at her with my grocery bag and knocked her out. So, so she's been doing that a lot lately. Like 2 nights ago, I couldn't sleep at all. And I had a doctor appointment. And I wound up, they got so booked in the damn office that I had to go home early. So I didn't get to make my appointment. So now I have to reschedule. So I went all that way. I'm telling you, they do these things all the time. First of all, you should never overbook. Especially now, during the pandemic. You're not supposed to overbook the damn place. The waiting room's so tiny. And then you got other people waiting in the hallway. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it's too much. Anyways. Yeah, so I had to deal with that. Then I come home. And I'm freaking exhausted. I took a nap. I was like, what was going on? Meanwhile, there was kind of a little bit of perping yesterday. When I got in the car to go there, somebody across the street was honking the horn. They were beeping, using the button to lock the car. They did it like 4 or 5 times. But, I just got in the car. I'm not going to yell at people. So I really don't fucking care anymore. I had shit to do. So it was that, and then on the way back, the guy drove me back. He was driving like a fucking lunatic. He had to swerve around cars, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna fucking get into an accident, we're gonna die. So I started praying in the car in my head. I was like, please Lord, take the wheel. And all of a sudden, like, he couldn't get around the cars. He had to stop and go with the light, the right light, traffic. It was a UPS truck. So he had to stop. I was like, thank God. I was like, please get me home. I don't want to die. Not right now, anyway. Oh my God, he's a young guy, too. People were beeping him, and he's like, oh, okay. I care. Stop fucking driving like a lunatic. Does he not realize he could lose his job when he kills both of us? Or at least gets us both into an accident? I tell you, the devil wants me dead, or he wants me to get into an accident. But no. Anyways. Yeah, so that happened. And then, like, a couple of weeks ago, I had to get new light bulbs for my bathroom. They just blew out. I mean, it happens, but whatever. So I had to wait a while to go to Home Depot. So I go to Home Depot with my family. Usually, I don't get perped. And now they don't care. They want my whole family to see. I don't know why, because my whole family's not going to give a shit, because it's not happening to them, You're not doing it directly to them. You're doing it to me, and they're going to think I'm crazy. They're not going to see that, I'm telling the truth. So we go to Home Depot. I'm like, I hope there's nobody in there. I hate wearing the fucking mask. I want to get in and get out. So that happened. As we're turning out of the aisle to get to the register, a whole bunch of cops come in, like swarmed us. I was like, where the fuck did these cops come from? They were not there a minute ago. And one of them was looking at me and smiling and nodding his head to somebody. I was like, yeah, whatever. I kept walking. And we went to the register. And let me tell you, it was like a lightning flash. We were out of there in 2 minutes. Meanwhile, I have to go back because the stupid lights don't work. You know, I guess they didn't test them before they put them out. So I have to go get new ones, of course. Because one light was working, and now they're both not working. So now I have to go get new ones. Really, bitch. That's what I think about the devil. He's a bitch. He doesn't want me to have anything. He wants me to... Now I have to wait a while because, you know, I don't have a car, so... Can't go to Home Depot. Unfortunately, I have to rely on other people. They don't want me to rely on them, but they do. They definitely do. They'd rather me rely on them. So they gaslight. And today, oh Lord. Today I just went to go get Dunkin'. I just came back. But I went to the pharmacy first. I was like, let me go in there. As I'm walking, I'm at the door. I'm putting my mask on. And the cop car comes around. Male and female cops. And they had the sirens on. Just the lights, I mean. The lights were flashing. I'm like, what the fuck? As I'm putting the mask on. And they looked at me. Whatever. So before I even left, I was just hanging out on my porch. And I'm sitting there. And there's a car blocking my neighbor's house. The two guys were smoking weed in there. And I'm like, what the fuck? It stinks so bad. I turn around. I'm trying to videotape them. I'm trying to get the license plate and everything, but it was no way they would have saw me, you know? Now I say a prayer again. I play a video of a prayer. And the guy gets out of the car, the driver, and he goes down the block, you know, up the block, I mean. And he's talking to somebody really loud. So I'm like, who the fuck is he talking to? And another guy gets in the car. And it's the guy from the first house that's always staring me down. They're drug dealers. So they were always staring me down every time I walk around. I've been here for a long time. Way longer than they have. So they can stare at me all they want. I should be rolling the block at this point. I should be the mayor of the block. Anyways. So I'm like, oh, that motherfucker isn't, you know, driving this car. I was glad that he was blocking that car because I hate them next door. So then I get off the bench over there and I start walking. And Witchy Poo comes around. She's looking at me and she's smiling at me. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I didn't look at her, just like, whatever. I turned around. I turned my head and kept walking. So then I had to go the opposite way where I usually go before Dunkin'. And the guy that was talking to himself in my last video, Drunky Drunkerson, he's there. Excuse me. Anyways, he's walking towards me now. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to deal with your ass either. And then he goes back down the block of that area. And he's like pacing back and forth. So I think he was waiting for his signal, you know, from his handler. Which makes sense. Yeah, that's what they do. They wait. One day I'm going to get him on video too. You know, a better video of him talking to himself. That guy was definitely drunk. Last time he walked around me, he smelled of alcohol. How do you let somebody like that in your store just because he has a mask on? He still fucking stunk of alcohol. I would really get the fuck out of my store. Come back when you're sober. Who the fuck wants that person in their store? Not me. Alright, so now I gotta go because my nose is... I gotta blow my nose. Yeah, so... I don't know what's gonna happen next, but... You know, I'm thinking my neighbors are too quiet lately. Like, very quiet. So I'm watching this video on YouTube, and they said to be careful. And people like that, people that do witchcraft, they're very silent for a while. That means they're working on something. Obviously, it's true. If she's put on still in my dream, she's working on it. So now I have to pray even harder, at night, which I've been doing. I've been reading the book. I've been praying every night. A dream like that, I have to get up and rebuke it and then go back to sleep. Like, they try so hard. They try and poke me in my sides just to try to get me to not rest because they can't rest, so they don't want me to rest either. And I'm like, really? And I usually ignore it. If I'm very tired, I'll ignore it, but I really have to rebuke it because they don't understand. It's a spiritual warfare. We have more power than them. That's why they're working so hard to to get us to kill ourselves. Because if they ruled the world, they would oh, I'm better than you. No, they're not better than us. We're better than them, and they know it. I rebuke whoever gave me this freaking sinus thing that's going on right now in my nose. I send it back to the sender. Take it away from me. In Jesus Christ's name.